The basic thing that you're going to need to complete this course is a web browser and access to a large language model like ChatGPT. Now, you can use a variety of different language models to complete this course, but I'm going to recommend that you use ChatGPT because all of the examples have been tested on ChatGPT, and it's also really easy to get started with. All you'll need is a browser, an internet connection, and an account with OpenAI so you can get access to ChatGPT. Now, the way to do that is you're going to go to chat.openai.com, as you see in the address bar up here. And so you will go there and you'll be presented with a screen to sign up or log in. Now, if you already have an account on ChatGPT and you've been using it to write prompts, you can skip this video and go ahead and move ahead. But if you haven't done that yet, this video will kind of give you what you need to get started and understand how you're going to write prompts and interact with ChatGPT. So you'll go to chat.openai.com as seen up in the address bar here, and then you'll want to sign up and follow their sign up process. Once you're done signing up, what you should see after logging in is something that looks like this. Basically, at the bottom, we'll have a message box where it says send a message, where we can type in a message to ChatGPT. And at the top, you may have some options for different models to use. Now, I have access to the plugins, which is a newer thing. If you don't have access to that, don't worry about it. But you'll want to select model, and I would recommend for most cases using default GPT 3.5. Now, you can probably use any of the models, and sometimes in the videos you'll see me switching between them. And there's no particular reason from that. I probably just defaulted to what I had in the prior session. But I would recommend GPT 3.5. It's really fast. It typically has higher limits in terms of the number of requests you can send. It's easier to get access to typically. So I would recommend for most of the course, unless you have a reason not to use default GPT 3.5. So you'll just want to swap that up at the top. Down here in this bottom box where I'm typing hello, this is where we type the prompt to the large language model. So whatever we type in here, we can then hit enter, or we can hit this little send button on the right-hand side, this little airplane. So I'm going to just hit send, and I've now sent a prompt to ChatGPT. That prompt was hello, and then the response from ChatGPT is hello, how can I assist you today? So whenever you see the green icon, that is the output from ChatGPT, or the large language model's output. The blue icon is going to be your, and it may be a different colored icon, it may be your sort of profile or something, could have slightly different effects on color. I think it's always blue, but anyways, up here is where you're going to see your prompt. And then below it will be the response to your prompt. So then I can say act as a teacher of a class on prompt engineering. Welcome everyone to the class. So now I'm writing a more sophisticated prompt. So as you can see, now ChatGPT is responding. So this was my prompt up here, and I entered that in, and then down here is the response from ChatGPT. And so this message box down here is where you're going to be writing the prompts, and what we're going to be working on is how do we word the things that we're sending to ChatGPT? How do we come up with better wordings of the prompts in order to get better output down here in the green, or how to get more interesting output, or how to get output that has certain capabilities or behaviors built into it. And so that's what we're going to be doing. On the left-hand side of your screen, which you don't see in my screen recording, there's a list of chats that you've had with ChatGPT. So if you want to go back and pick up on one of those chats, you can click on them. There's also a new chat button. And this is important. For many of the examples, I would recommend going and creating a new chat each time we talk about a new pattern or a new concept and trying out what's being shown in a new chat. Everything here is affecting the conversation. So just like if you were having a conversation with somebody and you told them something, they might remember it later in the conversation and it could influence what they tell you. So in many of the cases, it's helpful to have a clean slate for trying things out. So hitting new chat. So I'm just going to do that, and this is what a new chat looks like. So now I can go and I have a completely clean slate and I can try things out. So this is what you're going to be working with throughout the class. You're going to be using ChatGPT. You're going to be entering prompts into that send message box at the bottom, and then you're going to be looking at the output and learning how to get better output out of ChatGPT. Now, once you know how to do this with the web interface with ChatGPT and you understand the concepts behind prompt engineering, you should be better with all of the large language models. You'll have a much better sense of how to work with all the different models. Now, some of them may not be as good as others, may not reason as well, may not respond to certain patterns or things as well. But we're starting off with sort of the most well-known example, which is ChatGPT, and more than likely things are going to only build from here in terms of sophistication and capability of these models. If you know how to use and write prompts in ChatGPT using this interface, you'll be able to write prompts that could then be taken and built into programs or used with some other tool as well. So know this is a great interface for getting started and learning about prompts and how the large language models respond.